Those games are like really anticlimactic. It doesn't, I don't know, being Burn feels nice, but those games could have been better, but I'm still happy regardless. And there it is. Hey everyone, Sarkis here, and this is my version of the Demacia P&Z list I use to get masters. And when I say my version, I say that very lightly because it's really just like a few cards that are like slightly changed. So I'm sure that other people run. Like, it's not a special deck by any means. But one thing that I do in my deck that's different, and a lot of people will probably say it's dumb or dislike it, is I run one Judgment in it right now because a lot of the matches that I play against are other Demacia lists, and a Judgment against another Demacia list often will just win the games, and that worked all the time. And I mean, you used to have that with Garen anyway, because you'd have two Garens, but without the Garen you don't get the Judgment. And there are very few times where like Judgment has just been stuck in my hand. Like, it's been super useful most of the time. It's worked super well, and it won me lots of games playing the Judgment. I like the little tech choice. Some people aren't running the Radiant Guardian right now, but I find it just very good against Burn still. A lot of people that play Burn, even in Diamond, are playing it incorrect a lot of the time, it feels like. And it does punish them pretty hard with Radiant Guardian, especially a single combat too. I currently also I'm running one Consider Strike. I've seen people run from 0 to 2. I find this card very, very strong, and it's growing on me immensely. I would even consider running 2 in this, but you have to be careful with Demacia because you don't want too many spells, because that's one of the few ways that you lose the game. I run one Riposte just because it's one of the few ways that I can give attack to something. Even though I'm running Fiora, I see it a few times, but I feel like 3 in a lot of cases can just be too many. I would say 1 or 2, and I just like this because it does give me the extra attack, and a combat trick is just very handy indeed. Then I run one Relentless Pursuit because Rally is just strong. Rally is very, very strong. And I think it's, personally to me, I think it's kind of crazy not to run at least one of these. I think running 0 I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's so many times, especially when you play against other Demacia lists, is people will play their big Zithria, and then you can just line up things with some 2-drops, and then you play Relentless Pursuit, and you go right around them. They can't do anything about it. That's one of my favorite things to do in the matchup. I'd consider running 2, probably not 3, because I think that becomes a bit too clunky. And then of course we know Badger, Bear, all the pretty standard stuff. I'm running one Ranger's Resolve once again because I see a lot of Burn Aggro and a lot of Demacia lists where against the Demacia list that just allows for crazy trades that can win you the game. And of course, having multiple 1-drops is very important. The difference between having a 1-drop against Burn and not is often game deciding. And even against other Demacia lists too, you want to make sure you're getting on the board and fighting for the board right away when you're on this mid-range list, because Demacia doesn't really have ways to recover when it gets behind. One of the few ways that it does is Judgment, funny enough. That's one of the few ways that I can kind of cheese opponents when I do get behind, and Consider Strike helps a little bit with that too, but generally it's too important to get your 1-drops going. And then on top of that, they go very well with the other champion in this list besides Fiora is Vi, and Vi just becomes often a 5-5 or 6-5 challenger with tough that is on curve, which is just stronger than Garen. That's why people are running her instead of Garen, and I found her to be very useful. Leveled up her a couple times, but generally it's the challenger that's hard to deal with. Your opponent is forced to do something to deal with Vi, and she just allows for your smaller drops, these guys over here, just to attack through. And she's very, very strong in this list. She's a very strong champion overall. But that is my version of the list. I'm sure you've seen thousands like it already, but those are just like the little tweaks and changes that I made in mine. And I went 7-0 for my run. I didn't lose a single game in Diamond 1. Unfortunately, the 2 games that you're going to see are very anticlimactic. They're against 2 Burn decks, so I'm sorry it's not the most like entertaining games ever. I had so many great games in Diamond 1 that were like just super close, and one of them, like the Judgment, won me the game essentially, and they were great. I didn't record them because I was focusing at the time, but these games, I'm sorry, I wish they were better. They just aren't, and there's nothing I can do about it, unfortunately, but I hope you still enjoy them regardless. Alright, we have the 1-drops and a 2 and a 3, so we might as well just keep everything here. It's a really good starting hand, especially against the Burn, so this is good for us. Alright, 1-drop, easy play. We'll attack here, because if they block, that's good for us. Alright, take the attack, and it's weird. They really shouldn't be blocking there, because they're aggro. Like, I'm happy with that trade. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. Cytherea, probably won't play that for a bit. We'll go and just play our little Cytherea here instead, and wait. Okay, so let them attack here. And I can block the 3-2 for damage, or I could block the 2-1 because it has the burn on it, and I think that will continue to get more use. So I think we're going to take that block, take a little extra damage here, but I stop the burn damage in the future, and that thing can't block me, so I get attacks in that way as well. And oh, that is a top deck. Well, I have the barrier now, and I'll have challenger, so I'll just be able to take whatever I want here. It's kind of weird for them to pass on 3 mana. But, you know what, I'll take this trade, and yeah, it works out really well for us. Mystic Shot, no big deal. That should be going to my face anyway, so we'll just take this trade, and we're going on turn 4, we're at 16 health and have more creatures on board. I'm feeling pretty good right now. I'm feeling like we're gonna get to the next game pretty quickly. And another barrier. Alright. Just probably play Bear here just because it's something big for them to deal with. If they play the 2-3, then I don't have to worry as much for Crimson Disciple, and that's going to be way too slow, so that's fine. That also should be going face, like bird in face, for instance. Got Fiora, play her. We'll play the barrier on her for challenger. Really, this game is going great. And they're just gonna decimate, so I'm just gonna do a bunch of attack in their face. At least something went face. I could be so much lower if they would have waited on things. But yeah, I'll take all this attack. And I should just kill them next turn with Cytherea, because they won't be able to block here, and it's highly unlikely they're going to have 12 damage they can do in the next 2 turns. Single combat. Alright, we'll just play Cytherea. They can't do 12 damage to me, so what are they gonna do about it? Alright, Decimate. We'll just open attack here. I mean, get excited, Mystic Shot. That would be it, and that's highly unlikely. So I'll just attack, and they shouldn't be able to do anything about it. Yeah, there we go. I wonder what they had in hand, but yeah, my opponent played that kind of weird. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but I'll take it, and I'm happy to go to the next game. So this list does have a Jinx on it. It might be like a little bit higher curve. Get rid of Relentless here. This is a fantastic curve though. 2 Fleet Feather Trackers is pretty much the dream, and then the barrier after that, which is fabulous. So they'll probably play a nice 1-drop here. We have the Fleet Feather to answer. So go ahead and throw that down. And this spot's a little bit weird if I want to block or not, because I have the barrier lady, but because I have another Fleet Feather, I guess I'll go ahead and block, because I have a 2-3 that I can use. I can do the 2-3, or the Fleet Feather into the 2-3, where normally I'd probably wait and just play the barrier, but I got this, and that'll be fine. So I'll just do the Fleet Feather Tracker into the barrier lady. I think I missaid it earlier, but yeah, we'll do that. Just thinking too quickly here, and I'm a bit nervous too, but yeah. That guy, I think I'll go ahead and use the barrier here, because then this stops their attack and it puts something in front of the Crimson Disciple. Too bad I can't use the single combat here, but it's alright. Yeah, we'll pass that. Wow, they didn't even attack. That's great. And we got Fleet Feather and Cytherea, and we have single combat and resolve. So we might be able to do something extra here as well. I actually quite like the matchup of the P&Z and Noxus into this list. I feel like as long as you mulligan really hard for your 1s and 2s, I generally feel pretty confident in the matchup. Radiant Guardian could be helpful too. I run 2 of those in this list, and then single combat. Alright, so they probably have Transfusion in hand if they are saving 2 mana here and thinking about it. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and take the trades that I can. So I'll go ahead and pull this, And then I'll get a buff. So everything has 3 attack now, except for the 2-3, but they can't favorably trade really that well with the 2-3. They can do a little bit with the 3-1, I guess, but at the same time, if they're trading, I'm probably in a pretty good spot. And maybe there's transfusion here, which is fine. Oh, Mystic Shot. That's fine. Because I can save this, and well, I mean, I can still kill it. I would use it probably on the bird if I were to use it. So I don't think I want to use it anyway to choose resolve here. I mean, that thing's dead. But yeah, I could have taken the trade onto the disciple with the bird. But nah, don't need to. Could do it here though. But eh. Ooh, very relating again. I'm drawing all the really low cost cards. This is really nice. But yeah, just do this, and then I can block the 2-3 much easier, or the 2-2 the disciple much easier. And I'm pretty rewarded here for not using the single combat, because I can go ahead and use it on the Jinx. No, eh. And there we go. It was just like being really finicky for some reason. But yeah, goodbye Jinx. I just like pressing the eye. But even though they have a little bit of a card advantage on me, I'm not feeling too bad here because I can make some nice trades here. They have 0 mana, so I'll just take this, and I think I want to play around Mystic Shot a bit better here, so killing off the 2 health one makes more sense to me, and keeping the 3 health one alive I think is just better, because then I'm making sure I have a unit to block with better. I guess I can Mystic Shot the 3-1, but the less units they can Mystic Shot, the better. If they do Mystic Shot it, not bad for me either. Yeah, I'll go just play that guy, and then we'll go ahead and barrier up the War Chefs, just to play around Mystic Shot as I was talking about earlier. And we'll make sure when we attack that we make everything 3 attack and 3 health. So I'll go ahead and move this here and there. That just makes it where they can't get any good trades with us. And that's looking really nice. I really like this setup. And yeah, they're in trouble. If they're blocking like this, they are in really big trouble. 6 mana too. What do they have, like Decimate in hand? Oh, maybe not. I mean, maybe the other card's Decimate, we don't really know. Noxian Fervor, that's fine. Doesn't feel bad at all. Yeah, they're sad. Alright, yeah, we got this game. I mean, we had it for a bit now. I'll just sad emote them back. Concerted Strike, not the greatest here, but good enough. Yay! Those games are like really anticlimactic. It doesn't, I don't know, beating Burn feels nice, but those games could have been better, but I'm still happy regardless. And there it is.
That's how we do things in Bilgewater.